Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and just checking in on you. I'm just checking in on you. How are you? How's it going? I'm actually doing great, despite the that cough I just did. That wasn't a real cough. I just, I've run out of unique ways to say I'm just checking in on you. I try to do it a little bit differently, and I got nothing left. I don't know what you want from me. Anyways, let's get on. Let's get on with the podcast here. You know, this is just a quick one. This isn't even an official podcast, despite the fact that I have fucking advertising on it. It's not an official one. This is me just poking my head into your little office, into your little cubicle, into your living room if you're unemployed or maybe you're living off a trust. Yeah, it's a good. Hey, big shout out to anybody just sitting around living off a trust. You know, what are you going to do today? Huh? Go down to the art store, get yourself an easel, you know, a little canvas, start painting. That's what people do, you know, when you're like super fucking rich. There's no reason for you to go outside. There's no fucking reason. And I really can't stand when people judge, you know, trust fund babies. I feel that's like one of the biggest issues that this country is dealing with right now is the harsh judgment of trust fund babies, you know? I mean, anybody can be fucking broke and be like, look at that rich cunt just sitting over there doing nothing. What a waste. What a waste of a fucking life. You know? Well, let me tell you this, you Subway sandwich eating judgmental fuck. Let me ask you this. If you were in that situation, what would you be doing? Because I can tell you I would be doing the exact same fucking thing. And all you fucking people on your high horse going like, no, dude, I couldn't do it. You know? I'm one of those people. You know? People know this. People know me. I have to wake up with a purpose. If I don't have a purpose in life, shut the fuck up. You have bills. All right? That's what you're doing. And you're walking out the door and you're chasing the fucking carrot. And someday you're dreaming. You dream that carrot's not going to be there. You want to be that easel guy. You know? Look at George Bush, man. You ever see a guy enjoying not being president more than that guy? He's actually good at what he does. He's not a trust fund baby either, by the way. I'm just saying, you know. He's actually good at it. Just sits there. I wonder what he thinks about. Just, there's no way to be president. When you leave as president, you have dead bodies on your conscience. Whether you made the right decision or the wrong decision, at some point, you had to shoot off some missiles because who's kidding who? America is the world's babysitter. Okay? We know what's best for you. Okay? And what is best for you is to do what we say and give us your natural resources as we pretend to care about your people. Okay? It's like a Lifetime movie. Everybody's acting like something special's happening. And at the end of the day, wasn't that really just a bunch of shit so you could fucking make money? Isn't that what it was? I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm talking about trust fund babies, and I'm sick of the judgment of them. Who judges a baby, first of all? What kind of a fucking person are you? Maybe that's why God didn't give you money. You ever think about that? Yeah. It's called karma. Isn't that the most overused fucking expression? Karma. This is my theory on karma. Karma gets you unless you don't give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck and if you truly don't give a shit, you got to have like a level of guilt for karma to come back and bite you in the ass. But if you're just some fucking entitled cunt, those people, they skate through life. You know, you ever see an entitled cunt just walk across the room? It's like he has those little kid shoes on that have the wheels on them. You know, they take 2 steps, they just glide across the room. They don't care about breaking hearts. They don't care about evicting people, right? They don't give a shit who's fucking sewed their shirt together. They don't. What is that, endangered species? Throw it on the grill. They don't care. You know, there's a genius to that. Just not giving a shit, you know what I mean? I'd love to see one of those people, you know, in the afterlife if you actually get judged. Just to see the fucking look in their face, you know what I mean? And then God at some point would have to feel some sort of shame being like, well, you know, at the end of the day, I assembled that. You know what I mean? That's what I've never understood about the judgment. It's just like, you know, especially like these fucking sociopaths, as opposed to the level-headed saint that I am. These fucking sociopaths out there. Like, where does, shouldn't you be judging God on that one? Shouldn't you be looking up like, really? What were you doing, blow last night? You forgot to put the I give a shit about other people assembly into this one? You just fucking sent it out there? I don't know. The more I vaguely pay attention to all that space shit, I hate people who are into space, by the way. They're always talking about, you understand, man, just how insignificant fucking... It's like, yeah, I get it. You know what I understand is we've seen how gigantic it is, yet we haven't found anything. So I still think this place is pretty amazing. As fascinating as Mars is, there's nothing to do there. I don't understand these fucking people that want to go to Mars and live there. And it's like, and do what? Huh? Live in some fucking strip mall for the rest of your life? Some Star Trek looking strip mall? Fucking drinking Tang, just so you can say, oh, yeah, that's your big fucking move. People want to live on Mars. That means they suck at everything else in life, right? They got nothing, You know what it is. You graduate high school. You want to come back someday, right? Smoking a big cigar. Going, hey, yeah, I was that guy who used to push around the playground, but you know what I did, right? I did things. And now I smoke this and I drive that. And see that over there? That's fucking me. Admit it, I matter. So usually, in this day and age, that means you're going to try to create an app, right? You're going to fucking, I don't know, you start a website where you curate videos and fucking news. I don't know what these fucking millennials do, but I think if you suck at that, right? If you can't play an instrument and your ego cannot just handle just being happy with what you have, I think at that point it's like, I can't just go back to my high school reunion just being some regular Joe, waking up in the morning, putting my coffee in my thermos, going into the shower and quietly crying as the water cascades over my face, and my wife comes walking in going, are you all right? Just be like, yeah, I just sneezed. I'm fine. Just washing my face. All right? I think at some point, either you just fucking give in and just say, hey, man, being a regular guy is kind of fucking cool, Or you can't handle it, right? This reminds me, I've never seen A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. There's too much gritting of teeth in that movie. That's right, Iceman. I am dangerous. Right? Too much of that shit. So I never watched it, Bunch of people walking around dressed in fucking little Navy suits. Anyways, if you can't fucking handle that, you got to go back to your high school reunion. You got to do something. And I think at that point, that's when you just say, listen, I got to live on Mars. I mean, I can't go back with nothing. I got to have something to say. That's like Lance Bass. He couldn't handle that Justin Timberlake walked away from NSYNC, right? I want it that way. Whatever the fuck they sang. That song where they all acted like puppets, right? He just fucking walked away. And you got the one guy, the goatee guy. He's got a sense of humor about himself. He makes all these funny commercials. He'll do a thing. He doesn't give a fuck. Right? You got the dreadlock guy. Then he used to bang Jennifer Aniston, or was that the other guy? It was some white guy with dreadlocks used to go out with Jennifer Aniston. Every one of those beautiful celebrities always dates a guy, and you always have that really? You got that moment like, wow. Why didn't I learn how to fucking play the ukulele and wear flip-flops? That's what I had to do. Fucking walking around with your goddamn man tits. Anyway, sorry. And I think Lance couldn't handle it. He's just like, what the fuck? So then next thing you know, he's signing up to go out in space. To somehow try and outdo, what'd you put out Future sexy songs? Huh? Went, right? Went, man. I'm going to outer space. What? Oh, what is it about wearing your pajamas in the middle of the day that it just fucking opens your mind up? You know what I mean? I swear to God. There is no freer feeling than being a white male heterosexual still in your pajamas at 11 o'clock in the morning on a weekday. On a weekday. And you know what? Because I'm a liberal cunt, I want everyone to experience that. You know? All the people in the Philippines. Anyways, I'm in a giddy mood because I did something yesterday that scared the living shit out of me. And I didn't die. Which is, obviously because I'm doing this podcast. So, I hadn't flown a helicopter since like October until this month, and I flew for the first time, and I could not believe how fucking rusty I was. How much just shit you forget. You're like, what? Oh, yeah, that's right, Turning base, turning final. I didn't even slow down. I was so busy trying to keep the fucking pad between the compass, and the dashboard there. I can't even remember what the fuck you call it, the control panel. That I forgot I was still doing like 65 knots, and I fucking went right by it. Had to slam on the brakes, right? So, but I flew around, shook off the rust. He's coming around, So I went again yesterday, and went up with my instructor, and he was like, "So what do you want to do?" I said, "All right, let's do the pattern. Let's fly the traffic pattern. Let's do some autos. That's where they simulate." Main rotor failure, that's the big fan above your head. Like, what if all of a sudden the engine cuts out? And the nose kicks left. What do? You slam the collective down, you add right pedal, right? Trim airspeed, RPM. Here come the RPMs coming up. You pull the collective up, you catch the fucking things, you pick out your spot. So we were doing those. And at some point, I was just like, all right, fuck this. I have to fly this thing by myself, or solo, as they say in the business, but I'm just a novice. So I said, all right. He goes, well, okay, we did a couple of those. He goes, what do you want to do now? I said, all right, can you just step out and let me just fly this thing around one time by myself just to do it again? And he goes, yeah, absolutely. So he steps out. And up until that point, it had been a great day. Not a lot of traffic over there. Everything's fucking fine. So he gets out, roll it back up, Lights are out, RPMs are in the green, gauges are all green, carburetor heats up. I fucking lift up. Light on the skids, bring it up, boom. Holding a hover. Here we go. Cyclic, way forward. Let's wait in the fucking thing, Fucking palms are sweating. There's always that dot. I can't believe I actually fucking know how to do this thing, right? So, immediately there's a fucking crosswind. So I'm looking at the windsock, I'm like, you fucking cunt, I'm fighting it. Left pedal now, I'm facing the wind, so everything's fine. And next thing you know, like 3 JetBlues are taking off. A Southwest is landing. I made my call, and the guy's like, whatever, fucking 6 Victor Hotel standby. And standby means shut the fuck up. I always forget that, because then I always go, 6 Victor Hotel standing by. So I'm fucking sitting there. I felt like I was in a hover for 20 minutes. What I really wanted to have happen, it was just like one of those things where it's like, all right, fuck this, I'm feeling this. Roll down, have him step out. I fucking roll back up, lift it off, ask for clearance. He gives it to me, and I just take it for a lap around the airport. That's all I wanted to do. So now I'm fucking sitting in this hover just going, Jesus Christ. Now I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing? So finally, he called. Yeah, the guy fucking goes 6 Victor Hotel, left closed traffic, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, 6 Victor Hotel. And then I fucking, took off, brought it around. And when I was turning crosswind, I'm looking for traffic to join the downwind, make sure I don't have any problems. I was actually thinking last night I did stand-up, dressed as Steven Adler at the goddamn Comedy Jam. I tried out a new fucking bit about blow-up dolls that was killing so hard, I looked over and Josh Adam Myers was fucking dying laughing on the side of the stage. It's so, as much as you make people laugh, when you look over and you see a fellow comedian dying laughing, you're onto something. So then I went back and I got to play Rhinosaur, dressed as Steven Adler, the sound guy. Now, I would have dressed up as Matt Cameron, but he's just, he doesn't have any unique facial hair. He's got that sort of that Luke Skywalker haircut. I just would have looked like me with a stupid wig on, And then I got to play the encore. Paradise City. And I was thinking, I fucking did that. I did stand-up and played drums live last night. And right now, I am flying a helicopter by myself. And I flunked so much shit in high school. Terrible at math. Fucking flunked French, all of that shit. It was a great feeling. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm flying a helicopter. So I get to the downwind, ready to go across 3-0. You bring your fucking carburetor heat up so your fucking carburetor doesn't freeze over and the engine doesn't cut out. As you're slowing down, came around, still pulling power, kept my 60 knots as I turned the fucking base into final. Came right in, landed, set the thing down nicely. And then my instructor came back in and he just, plugs his headphones in. He goes, how did that feel? I said, I said it was like riding a bike, except you could kill yourself. He started laughing. And what I found with instructors is they're all badass guys. Every one of them. Chicks, they're all fucking badasses, But the second you admit that you're actually scared, they always laugh, and then they usually tell you a story of how fucking nervous that they were. But if you're some fucking cocky cunt, you don't want to do that, because then what they're going to do is they're going to chop throttle on you as you're fucking doing some stuff. Yeah, I don't need that. Even though it's good training. I've never had anybody do that to me. But anyway, so I did it, and it made me feel it's fucking amazing, man. It's just like the sickest goddamn feeling. And I swear to God, all I need to do is make like another $40 million, and I think I could actually afford to truly engage in that hobby. In LA, it's just super expensive. I think if you live more in the middle of nowhere, the big fucking thing is like just storing the goddamn whatever you get, the plane or the helicopter. I don't know if anybody knows like a cheap way to do it. I would absolutely, I'd absolutely do it. But until then, I'm just treating it like the way I treat cars. Like I just go on the road, I go to budget, and then that's it. I just, whatever fucking car they give me, I get it. And I got to be honest with you. That's the one thing that bugs me about renting helicopters is every time you fucking go in there, something's a little different. It would just be nice to know your fucking tail number, not have to fucking constantly be looking on the control panel, know where everything is, know how everything works. Every radio seems to be a little bit different. It's just like it's just that extra thing you got to like deal with that I wish I didn't. And I'd love to just buy one of those fucking R22s. They're fun as hell. They're just a little fucking two-seater, right? And you're really flying it. It's like if you had a car that just had drum brakes and no power steering, like you really fucking... now this is just what I've heard from other pilots because I've never flown anything fancy, nothing fancy like, but I really fucking enjoyed it. And, just even doing that, I mean, how long it takes to fly the pattern. I mean, that couldn't have been more than felt like 90 seconds. Maybe it was a little bit longer. I don't know. But, I don't know. It's just fucking definitely left the place yesterday. That's one of those things where you did something great and you're driving away and you got the window down, just driving away going, woo! So anyways, you guys been watching the playoffs? I'll tell you, for first round playoffs, I'll tell you, the series I'm watching, obviously, and I'll tell you again. I'm just going to keep saying I'll tell you. I'm watching those Celtics and the Bulls. Celtics are now up 3-2 after being down 0-2. After looking like we had no fucking answers, right? And which is why my nod for MVP of the series is Rondo, without a doubt. Because the second he went down, the series just completely changed. And I thought all of the Bulls had us figured out, but evidently it was Rondo. He knew what the fuck was going on. I'm giving him full fucking credit because it's been a tale of two cities. It looked like they were going to sweep us. And now it looks like we're going to run the table on them. However, I think Rondo's coming back. He took his cast off. His suits have long sleeves again. And I can't wait to watch Game 6. I want to see, is this guy as good as it appears in this series? And last night, admittedly, the officiating was a little subpar, and it definitely went in the Celtics' favor. And I loved when Lopez was applauding the fucking ref. Sometimes it's worth getting a fucking technical. I love that guy, man. That guy comes out every night, wants to play. He's a little fucking weird. He's on his own vibe. I really like that guy. I love when he fucking started clapping. It's like my favorite thing. And then they go down. I think it actually worked. Because then we went down. They called a ticky-tack foul on the other end. And you saw Dwayne Wade, was whatever the Celtics said to him. I think it might have been Isaiah. He just started smiling and laughing. I swear to God, man, I just think the NBA is so fucking controlled. I really do. Just for the simple fact that you can do it. I've said this a zillion times. There is no easier game to control or fix than basketball. Because it's the only fucking game where you can sit down as a ref. You can take people out of the game. You know? I mean, I guess all the games you can eject somebody. But in baseball, football, hockey, you really have to do something. You just can't point at a guy and be like, hey, go sit on the fucking bench. Well, I guess you can in hockey, right? I don't know. You know what? That's one of those things where you think you have a good theory and then you fucking explore all the options. You're like, oh, maybe it doesn't work. Whatever. No, but you only sit them down for like fucking 2 minutes and they come back out. And it's not like, well, fucking Wayne Gretzky's got 3 penalties, 2 more, and he's out of the game. Right? There you go. I'm back on track with my theory. There you go. You can't sit Tom Brady down. All you got to, this is what kills me about basketball. I don't give a fuck how many points you're up. You're up like 20 points. You're just like, this game's a wrap. There's 1 quarter to go. Most teams are lucky if they score like 27 in a quarter. That's like a fucking great quarter. We're up by 20. All we really need to do is score 8 points, and we're fine. And the next thing you know, it's just like the fucking jerk-offs are on a 27-2 run every fucking time. That whole thing, it's a game of runs. I don't think it is. I think it's a game of fucking ratings. And if a team gets up too high, they just start fucking calling fouls. The other that's stupid. That's a stupid fucking theory. But it just appears that way. Maybe it is the nature of the game that nobody can just blow somebody out. They always come back. I would say 85% of the time. Of course, I didn't do any research, but it seems like 85% of the time you fucking go. You go up by 30 points in the first half. Somehow by the end of the game, 108, 106. One of the most unbelievable, improbable comebacks since last night's fucking slew of NBA games that did the exact same thing. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it. All I'm saying is that I think Rondo really showed. It's fucking unbelievable. Like how much the series changed. One guy is gone and the whole thing turns around. So I'm excited to watch Game 6, even if they win. I like seeing greatness. I don't give a shit. I hope it's on my team, but if it isn't, I can't just sit back and appreciate it, right? I try to be a good guy. For right now, I don't know why. I have this pillow that wraps around you, this little half-circle pillow. When you have a baby, it's perfect. You set them down. You give them that bottle of Jack, and then that's it. But if you try to do it with regular pillows, it doesn't work. But for some reason, I have it around me right now. I don't know. Feels right. I don't wait to have a kid to buy one of these fucking semicircle pillows. All right. What else did I want to talk about? I've been watching the hockey. Okay. Gotten over the fact that my Bruins have been knocked out by the quietest fan-based team in the league. Right? A team that cheering forgot until April. Then all of a sudden they all show up like they give a shit. Oh, man, that was fucking hard watching that. Anyways. The Predators are looking great, but I still think, I don't even know if I already talked about this. I started this podcast twice. I forget if I brought this shit up. I'm still going with the Penguins. I think the Penguins repeat. And I miss Anaheim, Edmonton. I bet that's a great fucking series too. It's so crazy. They're already down to just 2 series in each conference. So I have to make sure that I'm watching. For those people last week, you're like, hey, how come you didn't talk about MotoGP, the race in Austin? You know what? I didn't see it. And then I realized I recorded it. And this is what you learn if you're new to MotoGP and you go to record the race, and you got to fucking do it. It might be better than Formula One just because of the sheer amount of passing in lead changes and all that. It's fucking insane. And then the fact you just watch these guys falling off motorcycles. I watched one of the races. Well, let me explain it first. You're going to go to record it. If you're novice like me, you go to record it, and you'll be watching like the first race, and it will say Moto 2, and they're on these little skinny bicycle tires, and you're like, those don't look like the fucking, those badass bikes that I saw. What's going on here? Then there's Moto 3, and you're like, where is the real one? Who is that Valentino Rossi guy, whatever the fuck his name is? Mike and the Mechanics, whatever that other guy's name is. I don't know any of the fucking names yet. So there's 3 different classes. This is what I learned, all right, on MotoGP, as they say. And there's Moto 2, there's Moto 3, and there's MotoGP. And that's basically like being in AA, AAA, and then being in the majors. Now, for whatever reason, Moto 3 is the lowest level. So I guess they're going 3, 2, 1. I guess that's how they do it. And they don't say 1, they just say GP, which I believe stands for Grand Prix. I don't fucking know. So Moto 3 is 250cc, according to this thing on Reddit here. 250cc bike, So that's basically cubic centimeters. So it's a smaller engine. It's not as fast. It's still fast as shit the way they're doing it. But, that's the one like, okay, all right there, Grasshopper. We'll see how you do at this level. And then if you succeed at that level, then they move you up to Moto 2, which is 600 cc's, evidently, 4 strokes. And all the engines are made by Honda, which I find interesting. So they're all Honda-based. Everybody's working with the exact same shit. That's probably so they can truly get an idea of who is the best rider, who's going to get called up to the show, MotoGP. And according to this person, a lot of times in Moto 2, the race is better because they all just have basically the exact same engine. So this guy was saying you usually can throw a blanket over the top 3 people in that race. And then the big show is MotoGP, which is 1,000 cc's. And those things are just fucking rockets. And I watched this whole thing on how they build them. They're hand built. Guess how much those motorcycles cost a piece? Take a wild guess. Like if for some reason you went down, they said, hey, you want to take it for a lap, but if you fucking trash this thing, you got to pay for it. Okay? And they give you that fucking suit with the airbag, and fortunately you don't high side it. You slide off the bike and you get up and you're like, shit, what's that going to cost me? I would have thought anywhere between $100 and $250,000. And I understand that it's a fucking racing bike and all that, but they're little ass things. You know what I mean? You go to do a build on a car, there's like fucking people working on it on the other side. You can't even see them. A motorcycle, I mean, it's right there. Everything is right fucking there. You and another guy can lift up the engine. I mean, this shit is small. I thought it was like $100 to $250,000 is what I would have guessed. $375 tops, right? This is like I'm at the Showcase Showdown on The Price is Right. And I horrifically underbid is what happens. Those bikes cost $2 million each. $2 million each. They're handmade. All this space age stuff. I watched this whole thing on how they built them. The gas tank is actually underneath the seat. What's where the gas tank usually is the fuel injector. There's an airport right in front of that, right where the fucking front light usually. I don't know. I watched the whole goddamn thing. It was absolutely fascinating. And I'm totally in on that sport. Watching that sport, and I'm watching the F1. I don't know when the next race is, but if you want to watch... Dude, I think it was the Moto 2 race, the last one. This fucking guy came out of a turn. His back end started fishtailing, and he went like right up and over the handlebars. I don't know how fast. I don't get how they get up. Because he landed on like his foot. He limped for a second, and then he just kind of just shakes it off. They're like, yeah, he's had foot problems. He's had foot problems in the past. I'd imagine he'd had everything problems. You fall off a bike. It's funny, when I was thinking about getting a motorcycle out here, the stupidest thing you could ever do, riding a fucking motorcycle. I know a lot of guys say, well, you just fucking flew a helicopter. It's way safer. Way safer. There's nobody up there. I was actually driving back. Did Mark Maron's podcast promoting season 2 of F is for Family. I don't know when that's coming out. And thank you to Mark Maron for getting me on his podcast. I had a great time. We talked about anger, meditation. We talked music, and he helped me promote the show. And I was on my way back. It was the middle of the day, and all of a sudden there was just all this horrific traffic and this big fucking accident. This truck had jumped the medium strip. I don't know if the guy fucking fell asleep or whatever, but 10 people went to the hospital. One person died, and a dog died. So I don't know. I just think the highway is way, way, way more dangerous. I've said it before. You're flying in formation. It's like you're in the fucking Blue Angels. Everybody's doing 80 miles an hour. There's no radio contact. Nobody knows where anybody's fucking going. There's people texting. There's people on meds. You have no idea. And then forget it. And then right on the other side is another group of fucking people. There's never-ending parade of fucking people flying on the other side. You don't know what they're going to do. That fucking guy was driving a truck, fell asleep, had a heart attack, whatever the fuck he did, jumped the median strip, went right up and over into oncoming fucking traffic at it was like 12 in the afternoon. You look it up. It was on the 5 right near Colorado Boulevard. So anyway, I was thinking about getting a motorcycle. When I was looking up those MotoGP suits, which are like $2,500 a whack, but they got a little airbag in them. And I'm like, well, that's what the fuck I would want. It'd be hilarious to buy one of those and then buy like a fucking Harley Davidson. And just look like the biggest fucking asshole ever. You just ride that thing and somebody cuts in front of you, you just lay. But there's another thing too, is on those, when they're racing, you can lay it down and slide and fucking all that stuff and you're fine. You're fine. It's not like you can slide into oncoming traffic and there's a goddamn garbage truck coming at you. I don't know, but I miss riding motorcycles, so I'm thinking there's just nothing safe about them. I was thinking, all right, well, I'll just get a dirt bike. I won't go over jumps or anything. I'll just ride some trails. But then every like fucking, I don't know, it seems like every 6 weeks you hear a story about somebody riding on a trail. It's usually a mountain bike, though. But if you're riding like a dirt bike, some mountain lion ends up like pouncing on your back. But you got the helmet on. I don't know. You know what? This podcast was going great. It just went off the rails somewhere. I don't really know where. Let's do a little bit of advertising. Indochino. The Sting read. The Gordon Sumner read. Indochino. Talk about how every man looks better in a suit. When I'm checking out guys at the outdoor mall, I'm like, I'm really attracted to that guy, but he's just wearing an Izod, with some corduroys. That's not now look at that fella wearing the suit. Now there's something I could take home to my parents. That's it, everybody. If you're sick of gay men not giving you the fucking once over or maybe rolling their eyes, you ever think that maybe it's not your fucking love handles? Maybe it's the fact that you don't have on a shirt, a tie, and a sport coat to cover up all the mistakes you've made with your nutrition over the last 40 years. Thank God there's Indochino is making it easy to get a perfectly tailored suit at an incredible price. You can choose from hundreds of top quality fabrics and personalize your suit just the way you want it. Whether it's for work, a wedding, or another special occasion, here is how it fucking works. Visit a showroom or shop online at Indochino.com. Pick your fabric, choose your customizations from lapels to pleats to jacket linings and more. Submit your measurements, place your order, and wait for it to arrive in just a few weeks. Then they'll sell all this, your measurements and all that. They'll sell all of that shit to these fucking nerds making robots. The next thing you know, there's going to be a knock at the door, and all of a sudden you're going to be looking right at yourself, the robot version of you, wearing the suit you wanted, and that thing's going to you're going to give up your back. It's going to fucking choke you out, and no matter how much you tap out, those robots don't care. But this week, my listeners can get any premium Indochino suit for $389. That's right, at Indochino.com. When entering Burr at checkout. That's 50% off the regular price for made to fucking measure premium suit. $389 is not a premium suit. It's a nice suit. That's Indochino.com. Promo code Burr for any premium suit for $389 and free shipping. Incredible deal for a suit that will fit you better than anything off the rack ever could. Yeah, $389 actually for a fucking fitted suit is going to be great. You can walk into an Applebee's and every chick in there is going to think you're a banker. You got to do it. Next thing you know, right? You're fucking, You're ramming away, trying to block up the smell of that bloomin' onion that she's been carrying around all day. All right, Lyft, everybody. You know about Lyft, right? It's the app that gets you a ride in minutes, on demand, 24/7, for less than the cost of a cab. Every Lyft driver is fully vetted through their 10-point safety standard, including criminal and DMV background checks, unlike those other people with that other thing that rhymes with moober, right? You don't know what you're going to get, right? You can walk in there with a bloody axe. Those fucking cunts would hire you. You know you'll get around quickly and safely with Lyft. Lyft drivers are rated after every ride, so only the best stick around. You don't have to worry about getting into a filthy car with some creepy dude. Everybody doesn't get a ribbon at Lyft the way they do over at Moober. With Lyft, you can tip in the app, which obviously leads to happier drivers. I mean, 9 out of 10 Lyft riders get a perfect 5-star rating from the passenger. It's just a better all-around experience. Bigger isn't always better. Lyft isn't the biggest ride-sharing app, but it is the fastest-growing and highest-rated one. I'm talking quality over quantity. Thanks to Lyft, it's an easy way to avoid drunk driving. You never have to bum a ride. Well, what if you're on heroin? It's another way, too, to avoid nodding off in public. Hey, didn't I go to school with that guy? No, you're in the cab. Nobody knows. And you know what? A lot of people are actually getting rid of their cars and relying on Lyft to get around. And evidently, I don't blame them. What are you going to do when the apocalypse, when the zombies come? You think you can fucking call Lyft? That Lyft driver's getting the fuck out of there. Right now, Lyft is offering our listeners a special deal. Get 3 rides up to $10 each. That's a $30 value in case you can't do basic math. When you enter promo code Bill Burr. Just download the free Lyft app today and enter the promo code Bill Burr in the payment section. You'll start with 3 free rides up to $10 each. That's up to a $30 value. That's promo code Bill Burr, BILLBURR. No space, all caps. All right, how many more of these fucking things? Oh, Jesus. Oh, but these are quick. Let me tell you something about Dollar Shave Club, Upside, and Simply Safe. They respect the fact that I'm not good at reading out loud. So these are 3 quick paragraphs. Here we go. Running the table, just like the Celtics on the Bulls. Second Rondo sat down. Bam, bam, bam. 3-2. Celtics, all right. Dollar Shave Club is the smarter choice. You'll get a great shave at a great price, conveniently delivered right to your door. You no longer have to schlep to the store to buy a cheap disposable razor that gives you a cheap shave, or spend a fortune on razors with gimmicky shaving tech you don't need. And when you use Dollar Shave Club's executive razor with the... executive razor comes with the date rape drug in the fucking handle. Some creepy banker walking around in his gold-toed socks, shaving his nuts. No, that's not what you do. That's a different read. Sorry. The Dollar Shave Club's executive razor with their Dr. Carvey's Easy Shave Butter. The blade just gently glides, giving you a smooth shave. Dr. Carvey's Shave Butter is transparent for a more precise shave. Helps prevent ingrown hairs and fights razor bumps. Make the smarter choice by joining Dollar Shave Club. For a limited time, new members can get their first month of the executive razor with a tube of their Dr. Carvey's Easy Shave for only $5 with free shipping. And after that, the razors are just a few bucks a month. There's no hidden fees and no commitments. Cancel anytime you want. Join the club today at dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. All right, Upside. This sounds like a date movie, right? You want to go see Upside? The downside of the upside. You want to go see that? It stars Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, Hugh fucking, let me get a hooker, whatever the fuck his name was. Who was that English guy? He used to go out with Elizabeth Berkley. It's not Hugh Jackman. He's the guy who has to eat a whole chicken every day to become Wolverine. I don't remember. Hugh Grant. Hugh Granny getting a fucking hooker. Hey, I never judged that guy. You got a hooker. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? What else are you going to do? What, go home and make some fucking Jiffy Pop? You fucking Hugh Grant. You're crushing it. You're a fucking movie star in your own country. You go across the pond, you know? Now, who's kidding who? England is like Moto 3. Fucking America is MotoGP. That's where you want to have your hit movies. You guys all know it's true. Christ, you're all stealing our blue jeans. You hate us, but you love our culture. Isn't it safe to say that? fucking with you.
Actually, most of the fucking jeans come from Paris.
All right, Upside. There's a better way for you to buy business travel. It's called Upside.com. Every time you buy a trip at Upside, you'll save your company a ton of money, and they give you an Amazon card worth hundreds of dollars. Upside's able to do this because they bundle your flights and hotels together for one low price. That's what they do. They rip the seats out of a commercial airliner and they just stuff you in there. You know, you might think flying standing up like you're at a mosh pit for 6 hours from New York to L.A. might suck. Yeah? Talk to me when that only cost you $40. No, that's not what they do. Bundle pricing saves money. This is what they do. If you're a frequent business traveler, your company saves a ton of money, and you can get thousands a year in gift cards just for buying your air and hotel together at Upside. You just fucking said this. Plus, you still get your miles. Dude, what the I feel like in the end of this, you're going to be missing a kidney. This seems like too good a deal. And I get a gift card, and I get to keep my miles, and I save them a bunch of money. If you're shopping for business travel, you'd be crazy not to check out Upside.com. You're out of your mind. It just takes 3 minutes to see how much you can save by buying your flights and hotels together for one low price. Oh, I see. They both cut side deals with each other. Somebody's got to be doing, at some point, somebody got sold into fucking sex slavery here. This is just too good a deal. And right now, the human trade, right? And right now, when you use my name, Burr, you're guaranteed to get at least a $100 Amazon gift card your first trip. That's my name, Burr, to get at least $100 Amazon gift card free. Save big on travel and get a big gift card every trip. I love Upside.com, evidently. Upside.com. Minimum purchase required. See site for complete details. All right, here's the last one, everybody. It's Simply Safe. If you're not there when a fire starts, Simply Safe can be there to save your home. Oh, I thought I was going to say to fucking throw you into it. I wasn't there. Well, we'll put you right back in it. It's kind of a good thing if you're not there when the fire starts, right? Simply Safe can be there to save your home. Oh, all right. This is a robot that has a fire extinguisher? What is this? With Simply Safe Home Security, you'll get a 24/7 connection to dispatch and lightning fast response times in emergencies. All right, I have to look up dispatch. What is dispatch? All I know is I have 24-hour access to dispatch. Dispatch.com, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Don't you wish there was like voice command on these things? Then your computer would be like, what did you want? What did you want? Oh, for fuck's sakes. It'll load eventually. I'll tell you what that means later. Dispatch. Oh, here it is. It is a send off. Oh, fucking Christ. What just happened? Come on. Now it has to load again. Send off to destination or for a purpose. Deal with a task. The sending of someone or something to a destination for a purpose. So they're going to send somebody who has a purpose in life to your house when it's on fire. They're going to walk up the street holding their fucking head high. I'm imagining that person would, be driving a fire engine, right? All right. The system is easy to use and completely wireless. You can install it yourself in under an hour. No installation guy drilling holes into your walls, no ugly wires. Simply Safe's founder and chief engineer thought of everything when he built this system. Backup batteries for your base station, a cellular connection to the authorities. There are no long-term contracts, no commitments, and no hidden fees. Simply Safe's round-the-clock professional security monitoring is just $14.99 a month. Order today, and you'll get a special 10% discount. Go to simplysafeburr.com. That's SIMPLISAFE, Burr.com, for 10% off your home security system. Hey! SimplySafe.com. SimplySafeBurr.com. Sorry. All right. Is that it? I think I talked about everything, right? Yeah, I believe I hit everything that I want to talk about. I was just checking in on you. Here's some fucking music. Excuse me, that you guys can listen to. And we got another half hour of stuff from classic podcasts from a Thursday or a Monday in a year, a day, a week gone by. That's it. Go fuck yourselves. I believe there's another F1 race this Sunday. Check it out if you can. Let's go Celtics. Hoping for a classic. I hope we win, but I also want to see Rondo come out and do his thing too. You know what I mean? Because I still love that guy. He's still a Celtic to me. All right? That's it. Have a great weekend, you cunts, and I'll talk to you on Monday. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. We decided to have a fucking party for a new place. You know, you think that was my idea? Do you think it was my idea to have a bunch of strangers come into the fucking house? I'll have people over. That's what I do. Hey, you want to come over and watch the game? 9 people that I know, right? Have all your fucking phone numbers. You know, Nia is a more open person. So she's like, let's have a party. All right? So she goes, invite your friends. So I'm all right. So, you know, I'm a guy. I don't have a bunch of friends. Okay? I got 6 good friends, 4 that I could really trust. You know, it's about it. At least out here. Then over here, Nia talking to her mom about all excited about the party. And she's like, yeah, I sent it out on Facebook. And I was just like, oh, my God, did I just invite 110 people? And my heart literally sank going, please tell me you didn't just invite 110 fucking people. She's like, don't worry, they're not all going to show up. It's like, yeah, but like a third will. And then they're going to bring people that you don't even fucking know. And that's exactly what happened. It was a fucking great party. I'm not going to lie to you. But I got to admit, like, I got to learn how to. I thought I was going to be a good host. I was and I wasn't. I was all right with the people I knew, but the people I didn't know, actually, most of them were all right. But there were a couple of them. I just said there's something fucking annoying about somebody you don't know sitting on your goddamn couch. You know? Eating your food, drinking your booze. And you're like, who the fuck are you? I had somebody else was laying down on the floor. I felt like the kid's dad. I want to be like, get a fucking job. All right, it's over. You're 26, you fucking bum. So anyway, so the party's going great. And I'm basically the whole time, you know, not drinking too much, but I'm standing by the front door because that's the only way out. All right? And nobody's walking out with any of my shit, right? I'm acting basically like Psycho in fucking Stripes. It's how I am. It's how I'm wired. All right? So, fucking 3/4 of the way through the party, everything's going great. And I'm like, wow, this is, you know what I forgot? I forgot I'm not 21 anymore. I'm fucking 43. All my friends are adults, and everybody's drinking responsibly. And no one's really hammered. Nothing got broken. Everything's cool. So just as I was starting to relax, some kid comes up to me. He's like, you own the house? And I'm like, well, the bank owns it. I'm fucking paying it off. What can I do for you? And he's like, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but I used the bathroom downstairs, and it's clogged now, and I was wondering if you had a plunger. And I was like, yeah, I do have a plunger. I got a plunger right here, the upstairs bathroom. So I give it to the guy, and I say, hey, man, I appreciate your honesty. He goes, no problem. He goes downstairs. He takes care of it, comes back. Once again, he goes, sorry about that. I said, not at all. Not at all. What the fuck? It's a toilet, you know? Clogs up every once in a while. But I appreciate your honesty, you know, because I would have been nasty. Good for you, right? So another couple hours goes by, the party ends, and there's like one straggler left, and I tell the story to Nia. I'm like, you know, what a good guy. What a good shit. No pun intended. You know, he could have left it in there, and then at the party, I come walking in, my fucking bathroom looks like a goddamn Port Authority bus station toilet, you know? So I was psyched.
So one of the stragglers at the party goes, yeah, he goes, I saw that whole thing go down. That's not exactly how it went down. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, it wasn't him that was in the bathroom. And I go, who was it? He goes, it was his girlfriend. Some lady took a dump of a magnitude that it wouldn't go down the toilet. So now she's in there panicking. And this is when today's technology kicks in. Back in the day, she would have had to crawl out the fucking window and hope nobody saw her and just left the door locked. Everybody would have panicked. Holy fuck, who's in there? Did somebody pass out? Is somebody committing suicide? Someone would have kicked in the door, right? Knocked it off the fucking goddamn hinges, and you go in there, there'd be nobody in there. You'd feel the air from outside and then look down, and everyone would see a giant shit and be like, ah, and the party would be over. And the owner of the house would be walking around going, who did it? Which one of you motherfucking Jerry? Did you clog up my toilet, you motherfucker? You better drive away, right? That's how it would have ended. But because of today's technology, I'm not saying she didn't panic. You know, it's even worse as a lady because they're not even supposed to do stuff like that, right? And she was able to text her boyfriend. And I would fucking pay at least $400 to read those texts, the panic in those texts. And to his credit, he stepped it up. He took the hit. He came up to me. VH1's I Love the 80s own Bill Burr and said, I took a dump in your toilet to a magnitude it didn't go down, and I need the tools required to alleviate this situation. So, anti-douchebag of the week, that guy right there, so taking a fucking bullet for the team. That right there is the reverse Peyton Manning award. He didn't fucking go, we had protection issues, right? No, he took one. He took one for the fucking team. Went upstairs like a goddamn gentleman, asked for a plunger, gave it to him, and it was all fine. And I went down there at the end of the party. You never would have known anything happened. You know what I mean? Like, 3 hours after the Kennedy assassination. I bet it was all, I'm saying, marked it all up and everything was all figured out. I bet it was a nice road again. Mopped up the brains. What am I talking about?
It was once upon a place. Sometimes I listen to myself. Gonna come in first place. People on their way to work say, baby, what did you expect? Gonna burst in the fan. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it is the Monday morning podcast from Monday, April 20-something. 2009. I don't know what the fuck it is. I really don't. All right. I feel like shit. I had a really rough weekend in Columbus, Ohio. But before I get into the details, I want to thank everyone who came out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I had a great time. I had too good of a time. Let's put it that way. Yeah, too good a time. Too good a fucking time, and I'm paying for it right now. I don't know why I keep doing this. I don't know why I just can't learn. I always do overrated, underrated on this shit. You know what's fucking underrated? 8 hours sleep. What's fucking underrated? Going, hey, you want another shot of Jameson? You know what? No. I think I've had enough. You know what I would like? I would like a water. That's underrated. Not going to fucking Steak and Shake at 3 a.m. That's underrated. Get one of those fucking double burgers. I never even ate at that place before. It didn't even look like meat. Like a patty. You know what a patty looks like? Sure, we all do. We've all had a fucking burger. Even you little veggie cunts out there, you know what it looks like. There's a little burned up wig. And there was 2 of them. What kind of a 40-year-old fucking guy, going to be 41 in fucking June, goes to Steak and Shake at 3 in the fucking morning when he's got a goddamn fucking 8:40 in the morning flight? Why would you do that? Sure, Bill, you suck at math. We all know that, but you can tell time. I know there's numbers involved, but Jesus Christ. What a fucking idiot. This whole fucking day. I just started thinking about that boogie nights. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. Twice. Friday night ended up at Steak and Shake at 3 in the morning. You know? Fucking Sunday night I was surprised I didn't walk in. They weren't like, Norm! Like on Cheers. Here he is again, all shit-faced. Jesus Christ, what a fucking motley crew. You want to see a motley crew? Go to a fucking Steak and Shake at 3 in the fucking morning. Good God almighty. Now, I'll tell you, I was part of the problem. I bet I was doing what everybody else was doing. They were all sitting in there shit-faced looking around at everybody else going, Jesus Christ, look at that fucking guy. Oh, my God, look at her. Jeez, is she wearing slippers? Jesus Christ. You know? And you don't even realize they're doing it to you, too. Look at that fucking guy. Oh, look at that. Look at his fucking eyes. It's almost like he's been drinking Jameson all night. Why wouldn't you get a water after a while? What a fucking idiot. Yeah, let me have one of your burnt-up wig fucking burgers. Why is shit food so good when you're shit-faced, you know? Is that what it is? Shit-faced, shit food? It's just all shit fucking decisions. I didn't want to do that, man. I was doing well. You know, I went to Trader Joe's, you know, dodged a bunch of fucking Bergenstock hippies, and I went in there, and I got the fridge put in my room. Fuck global warming. I want to be in shape. I had a fridge put in my room. I had got all this healthy food. And what do? What do? I go out, I go drinking. 2 out of 4 nights. Like a fucking moron. Oh, my God. I went to this one. You know what? I had a slice of pizza last night, too. That's how fucked up I was. This is like all coming. It's like a slideshow, you know? You can't remember the shit that happened in between, but you just have pictures. Good God almighty, was that a bad-looking pizza? Is there anything fucking worse than that? Just a bad-looking it just, when someone makes a pizza, right? And it even sucks when it's hot, but then it just sits there for a while, and it just gets that cold case file look to it. You know what I mean? Like it should have a fucking toe tag hanging off the crust. They brought over a whole pie that looked like that, you know? It looked like some 5-year-old made it in like an easy bake oven, you know? And you're their parent, so now you have to eat it and say, oh, Susie, yeah, it's delicious, you know? Just begin her little life of people lying to her and not being fucking honest, saying, no, don't wear that. You look fat in that. No, you just go, oh, Susie, you look beautiful. That's an excellent pizza you made. You know what, Susie? It fucking sucks, all right? I'm not saying to give up your dream about being a cook, but you definitely don't fucking have any talent at this point in your life. You know, maybe we can send you to some sort of, oh, Jesus Christ, what are those chef schools called, huh? What is that art called? You know, come on. You know what it is. Begins with a C. It's not custodial. It's not commissaric. He plays for fucking the Canadians. Oh, Canadians. I want to say bonjour to all my friends up there in Montreal. You know, I was just breaking your balls. I've been blogging for the Bruins, and this is basically how it went down. I was blogging for the Bruins during the playoffs, which I'm going to continue to do because they swept the Montreal Canadiens. And basically, you know, I have to blog for the Bruins. They're playing the Canadians. I mean, what am I going to say? The Canadians have won 24 cups. We've only won 5. We haven't won since 1972. All I can do is just try to piss you off. That's all I was doing. The Montreal fans got really, really fucking mad. You know, I made fun of their coach. I just did what I just made fun of how they looked. How they boo their fucking players. I don't even know what I said. I was just trying to be a jerk, and these people got all, this guy doesn't know anything about hockey. You know? This guy calls himself a comedian. I don't think this is very funny. Whatever. You know what's fucking funny? I heard Celine Dion is thinking about buying the Montreal Canadiens. He's probably going to move them to Vegas. There'll be a fucking mascot on ice. That would be a crime. That would be a goddamn crime. All right, this is the Monday Morning Podcast. This is the hungover episode of the Monday Morning Podcast. I am sitting in a hotel in Manhattan, New York. Why are you doing that, Bill? Huh? You laying low after your weekend of boozing? No, I got a week at Caroline's. And I'm working with Joe DeRosa. Once again, my partner in crime. Two codependent fucking alcoholics. Do you know one time, I think I might have told this story on O&A, Opie and Anthony show for you people who live in, I don't know, fucking North Dakota. I remember one night I was in Caroline's Comedy Club on Broadway, where I will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a fucking 22 shows. 22 fucking shows. I can't even do one show at this point. I'm laying low, man. I'm laying low. But anyways, one night I was standing there at the bar, and I decided, I didn't know if I decided I wasn't going to drink, but I just wasn't drinking, you know? And all of a sudden, who comes walking down the stairs? You know, like some starlet in the 1950s making her big fucking debut. Joe DeRosa. Everything he was missing was the evening gown. He comes fucking waltzing down the stairs, you know, all dainty like. And the second I saw him, I was like, fuck. Now I got to drink, right? And you know what? He was thinking the exact same thing. That was the funny thing. Neither one of us wanted to drink. You got any friends like that? You just been fuck-ups for so long that neither one of you can just pull you out of the tailspin. I'm sure anybody who's in AA can tell me what exactly that's called, what kind of friendship that is. I don't fucking know. I really feel like shit right now. And so I'm sitting in the room, and if you notice, the quality might be a little bit better. I actually got a microphone now, and I have a little mixer, and I have my headphones on, and I'm sitting here in the fucking dark. That's not true. I got the one little desk light on. Basically talking to myself. You know, technically, once you start listening, this whole thing makes sense. But right now, before I upload this thing, this is really, you know, this is why they don't give everybody handguns. Because if one was laying around, I'm fucking with you. You know what I would do? I'd probably point it out the window. I wouldn't shoot anybody, just try to scare someone. Maybe make me laugh and I could get a little oxygen or something into my fucking head. What do you guys use for hangovers, huh? Other than the smart thing, not drink anymore. God damn, it's just so much fun though, you know? I was having a great time, you know, there was broads, you know, just having a good fucking time. Just a good time, you know? There's other fucking people who like to drink. I met a couple of hunters. I met a couple of dancers. I met a nice mix of people. I'm a fucking weird dude, man. I don't like people before I get on stage. Like, I don't want to see them. I don't see anybody in the fucking crowd. But the second the show's over, if somebody's cool, I that's the part of the show I enjoy. And I become like this fucking Charlie Rose, and I just start interviewing people. You know, what's it like to shoot a pheasant in the face? What's that like? You know, do you got a little fucking couple of pieces of wood that you rub together and somehow it sounds like a pheasant going, hey, Eddie, come on over here, you know, or whatever fucking pheasants' names are. If you had a pet pheasant, what would you name it, huh? Larry? That'd be a great name for a pheasant. It'd just be funny if you had it, right? And people looking at it. Like, oh my God, is that a pheasant? Like, Larry, get the fuck off of that. The thing actually got off of it. You know, and then you got on a late night talk show, and then you went out there and then it didn't work, and then the host sort of mugged about how it didn't work, and then maybe it takes a turd on his fucking wingtip shoe, and 50 years later, it's part of the greatest hits DVD. You know, and little did you know that was the pinnacle of your life as a fucking zookeeper. That one moment. You thought it was going to keep happening. Nope. One episode. You were never asked back because your animal shit on the fucking host's shoe. Wasn't supposed to do that. They didn't do it in the rehearsals. All right, how the fuck am I going to maneuver this? You hear all the rattling in the background? I got to move my mixer. You know what I feel right now? I feel like the fucking Unabomber. All this goddamn... Was he anti-technology, though? I don't know if he was anti or pro it. All I know, he was definitely fucking alone and was a paranoid son of a bitch. Am I back? There we go. Did you guys get nervous there for a second? What the fuck? There's too many fucking cords here. I'm going to go back to this cell phone. I'm holding my fucking laptop like a goddamn... like servants used to hand shit to kings, where they'd put something on a pillow and then they had their little hands underneath it. That's the way I'm holding it. I'll tell you what. Can I paint a fucking picture, or can I paint a goddamn picture? Let me adjust the microphone. I want to tell you about my microphone, by the way. Do you remember back in the 1970s? Nowadays, whenever somebody has a mic and they have like a little filter on, not a filter, whatever, I don't know the technical, a little spongy thing that you stick on there so it doesn't pop, or if there's some sort of wind. Nowadays they're just black and it just looks like a, fucking giant cock just sitting there, right? Something that they can put on TV, But back in the day, man, the 70s, when people were buying weed by the fucking garbage bag full, and, the 70s were colorful, man. Your fucking day just started off, They had that crazy cereal that they used to have. Somebody brought up Blueberry or Count Chocula and Frankenberry, and I was in the cereal aisle, the other day when I went to Trader Joe's when I was going to have a healthy week before I downed 5 bottles of whiskey. I'm the worst drunk, too. I'm one of those guys I fucking call up people and start telling them I love them, I'm one of those guys, I do everything but end up in the drunk tank on the fucking Andy Griffith show. I'm such an old school drunk. But I'm not an angry guy when I get drunk. I'm really not. I'm actually pleasant. And I'm able to emote. Is that why you do it, Bill? I don't fucking know. All I know is it makes me feel like shit. What the fuck was I just talking about? Oh, how colorful the 70s were. Yeah, you'd start off with that fucking cereal that they had. And, it was one of the worst sentences ever. Yeah, he started off with that cereal that they had. Oh, there you go, Bill. That's a great way to fucking start it off, right? If you patted yourself on the back about how you could paint a visual. It's funny. I have headphones on right now. I have no idea how loud I'm talking. And I'm sure that there is somebody on the other side of this wall that is contemplating calling the front desk. But what they're listening to is so fucking bizarre, they haven't been able to tap out yet. Well, that's arrogant, Bill. Maybe they're listening and you sound fucking annoying. All right, whatever. Stop heckling yourself. Get to the point. Yeah, you'd start off with, you'd eat Trix, or you'd eat Blueberry. The shit literally changed the color of your milk, which is some really hacky comedy from fucking the 80s. But I'm telling you, you had that shit going on. Honeycomb. The fucking people were wearing polyester. Shit was loud in the 70s, Those plaid slacks. People had slacks. You had boots that zipped up the side. They were all fucking shiny. Women had like those plastic-looking purses. It was fucking freaky. It was weird. Everything was like done subtly. I think the advertiser was just like, look, everybody's on drugs. So we really need to enhance their trip. So much shit in the 70s was like really done to like, even like the fucking Monkees, which I guess, that was the late 60s. I think it went to the early 70s. Remember when they used to fucking, pretend to sing and pretend to play instruments at the end of the show there? And they would cut to their little musical montages. And they'd always do, like, half the time, they would do, like, they'd put it in, like, a kaleidoscope. So you had them actually in the middle, and then, like, 6 of them, like, going around like a fucking revolver or something. I don't know what it was. And you're eating that cereal, and you're just watching the shit. Anyways, this all comes around to my microphone. Back then, you couldn't even watch like a sports show without sort of tripping. You know what I mean? Like they had ABC's Wide World of Sport, and they had these fucking bright yellow sport coats on, and they used to have these microphones. And when they stood outside, the little spongy thing that they stuck on top wasn't black. It didn't blend in with the microphone. There was these crazy colors. And one that I always remember was, there was always like bright orange. It made no fucking sense. But as a kid, I liked it. So, whatever. I bought a microphone, and the guy goes, what kind of windscreen do you want? You want the standard black one? I said, fuck that. I want that one Keith Jackson used to use when he'd do Monday Night Football. Way back in the day, or he'd do the college games. You remember Keith Jackson, huh? Hello again, everybody. This is Keith Jackson. Remember that guy? Alabama Crimson Tide and the fucking Wolverines of Michigan. They're going to be swapping paint. Anyways, yeah, so that's what I got here. That was a really long fucking way to go to explain that I put an orange spongy thing on the end of my fucking mic. And I know I'm cursing a lot right now, and I'm cursing. I'm not cursing at you guys, okay? Sometimes people get confused. Stop cursing at me. I'm not cursing at you. I'm cursing at my hangover. as I describe shit to you. All right? Jesus Christ, look at this fucking fake wood in this desk. This is the kind of desk that you sit, that you sit at when you're like confessing to a murder. You know what I mean? And you're just sitting there and they're trying to wear you down. They bring you in some food, acting like they're your friends. I was just watching those fucking cold case files, man. God damn, those things are creepy. They're just fucking creepy. Just watching the people when they come in and they're getting questioned for the murder, and they just sound like, regular guys. Where were you that night? I was home. Watching a basketball game, just chilling out. Had a pizza. Find out he fucking hacks up 23 people. Then when they admit it, they're like, oh yeah, I did it. They found this one guy that who's that fucking guy? The Green River. They always got to give him nicknames. The fucking news, so they can sell more papers. They give him nicknames like they're going to the Rose Bowl or some shit. Crazy Legs Johnson. He's killed 48 fucking people. They call him the Iceman. Anyways, so there's one guy up in Seattle, right? He killed all these women. It was brutal. And they picked the guy up. He'd never been arrested before, and they meet him outside of his job because they put together a case. Okay, he has no idea that they're onto him, and the cops come up to the guy, and they say, "Listen, buddy, we're fucking whatever." The police officers, I got a headache. I don't know what the fuck they say. They say, "Hi, we're cops, and we're here to arrest you for the murder of 4 women." Now, if you've never been arrested before, wouldn't your heart drop? The guy just is like, evidently he just went, "Oh, okay." Then they brought him down there. He confessed to that, and he confessed to like fucking 60 other women that he had killed. So they bring this guy into another room to talk to a psychologist, because he wants to try to break him down so he can figure out, so he can stop these maniacs, right? And they asked the guy this question. They said, if you could pick out one thing about your personality that you feel is different from the average person walking down the street, what would that be? And without missing a beat, the guy said, that whole caring thing. Wow. When you think you don't give a fuck, Jesus Christ. Just regular. Yeah, that whole caring thing. Yeah, I just don't seem to give a fuck. It's weird. I don't know. I hate watching that. I don't know why I watch that show. That show literally gives me nightmares. You know what I mean? You start thinking about, what? This is not funny. What the fuck am I talking about? See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you go out boozing. You know what the sad thing is? Is I know at some point this weekend, I'm probably going to do this again. But fortunately, I'm in New York City, so I won't end up at a Steak and Shake. I've never eaten there. I think I've made fun of that fucking place on these podcasts. How would you rate? How would you guys out there? Huh? All my listeners out there. Please tell me you're listening. Please tell me I'm not just sitting here baking under this fucking hotel lamp for nothing. How would you rate your worst, fast food? You know what I mean? Everybody, no one wants to eat it, but we all eat it because, it tastes good. Fucking tastes good. But then there's certain ones. Either you had a bad experience, or you, just the look of it, Like, let's say for me, like Taco Bell, I just can't go in there. There's just something about the colors on the sign. It just makes my stomach hurt. You just get that awful feeling in your stomach. I feel the same way about, like, Arby's. You never fuck with Arby's. I'm a McDonald's guy. I'm old school. I like McDonald's. In-N-Out is the shit. But, I got a lot of memories as a kid at McDonald's, so I think that one still wins, even though In-N-Out is even better. But there's just certain ones I won't even go into, All right, guys, I'm fucking fading fast. Jesus Christ, I need a fucking water or something. What the hell did I do with that water? Didn't I have water around here? Hang on a second. Jesus Christ. The fucking water I should have had last night. All right, let's get on with the questions here. If you're new to my page, you probably think I'm out of my fucking mind, and you would be right. I am out of my mind, but you know what? I don't have anything to say to that. I'm guilty as charged. What are you, fucking perfect? Why don't you go to fucking www.imfuckingperfect.com and go listen to that podcast? I bet there's a lot of fucking laughs on that one. You know? Do they got a mixer? I got a fucking mixer, bitch. You like that shit? I'm learning a lot of computer stuff. You know what? How about you guys make me computer literate? Can you do that for me? I'll start off with something really easy. Something that really fucking annoys me on my computer. And you know what? Maybe someone else does this. Maybe this annoys someone else who has a computer who also has a drinking problem. Okay? And then, I'll read how to do it. Maybe I can help another drunk out there. All right, this is one of my problems that I have. When I go into AppleWorks, right? The text is so fucking small. I don't understand it. It's set. I know how to change it, but I got to change it every time. All right? Right now, it's stuck on 12. Okay? Which is basically squint size. And you know, when I copy and paste you guys' emails into my fucking thing, it makes it smaller. I don't know what it's doing. I want it at 18. I want the default set at 18. How the fuck do I do that in AppleWorks? I got a brand new MacBook. I want to learn how to do that, okay? I want to learn some shit. You know? I know how to upload. I know how to do this now. Look at me. I know how to upload shit. I'll turn it into a fucking MP3. I'll send it right to you. I know how to do that now. I feel great. It's my new opening line when I hit on chicks on the road. You know? What's up, sweetie? How you doing? You like the show? Do you know I can also upload audio files and turn them into an MP3? Huh? Put it on the desktop. I'll fucking drag it right over there. Same way I'm going to drag you across the fucking carpet of my hotel. What the fuck was that? All right. Can somebody teach me how to do that, please? Okay. And let's get on with the podcast here. You know what the problem is? Is there's not enough fucking room here. Oh, I got it. Why don't I just move this? Dude, I even have a little stand here for my microphone. I have a little fucking stand. This is like, I don't know. This is one of these like really nerdy things that if you start when you're 18, by the time you're 30, you're famous, and you're not a nerd anymore. Like chicks want to fuck you. It's unreal. But when you start this at 40, it's just pathetic and sad. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to, I already did the underrated, so why don't I do overrated? I know, this is really coming off grumpy. I understand, but whatever. You know, last week I was pissed. This week I'm grumpy. You know what? I'm due for a happy one. How about next week? Next week I'll be all bubbly. No, I won't be because I'll be flying across this country. Oh, man, that's going to suck. Let's not think about that. Do you know, like, I literally fall asleep on the plane. I've flown across this country so many fucking times that I can literally look down and pretty much guess what state I'm over. You know? As a passenger, I can do that. Why are these levels so low? What the fuck is going on? There we go. Am I not talking into this thing? Hello. Test. There we go. You know what I mean? I can look out. I can tell. You know? Pretty good. I mean, Rick, I don't know. Wait a minute. What the fuck am I bragging about? Well, Southwest is a desert. You get into Colorado, you got the mountains. Starts getting flat. You're like, all right, there's Nebraska, Kansas. Maybe we're into Iowa. You start seeing more lights. You're moving towards fucking into Illinois, right? Isn't that how it works? I don't fucking know. Like, I recognize, like, lakes now. You know? I can look down on my watch. You know what? It's taking this long. We're right about here. We should be seeing Cleveland coming by. There it is. There it is. I look down sometimes and look at fucking stadiums. Is that what my fucking life is now? If I could be outside the plane and look at my stupid round head looking out of that little oval fucking window. This is what I signed up for? This is how fucking hungover I am. I'm actually bitching that I'm a comedian. Something that I wanted to do. Something that I decided to do. All right. Jesus Christ. There was a way for you guys to email me a fucking tampon. I think I get like 9 million this week. All right. Here we go. Let's read the overrated. All right. Let's get into your thoughts. I think you've heard enough from me for 1 week. All right. Overrated, Bill. All right, Bill. I think this is overrated. A lot of people don't talk about this. This is coming from a woman. She says male strippers are overrated. She said especially when they are hired for a bachelorette party. Is it me or does... oh, Jesus Christ. I can't read when I'm fucking not hungover. She goes, is it me or does anyone else think this is the stupidest waste of $125 they've ever seen? You guys get strippers for $125? Jesus, is there anything that sucks about being a woman? Yeah, giving birth, periods. All right, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, okay, anyways, let me get back to this. Yeah, the guys were all muscled up and everything, but to be honest, when you see women looking at male strippers and they are hooting and hollering and laughing it up with their girlfriends, they are actually laughing at the stripper. Yes, it is true that they are likely some women who enjoy it and thinking this guy would probably be awesome in bed, but 95% of women are hysterically laughing at the ridiculous man all oiled up in his G-string with his stupid little boombox playing In Excess What You Need. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there you go. She's painting a picture there. That's what you need in a good story. And you need a narrator who's not fucking grumpy and hungover. Anyways, playing What You Need, gyrating around the living room, and dry humping Dad's lazy boy. You know what? Jesus Christ. Blah, 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 blah. This is really fucking long. Let me get to the point here. She says, what women want a man who is a man. Kill spiders, drink beer, etc. None of us would picture our man acting like a sex machine with a waxed chest dancing in front of a group of housewives. A man will offer, my girlfriend is a stripper, and he knows his buddies will congratulate him. Like, dude, your girlfriend's a stripper. That's awesome. A woman would never offer the same information. Why? Because she knows the response from other women would be a snicker and a yikes, gee, I'm so sorry look. Is that true? The women really not like, don't just like cougars, don't they like male strippers? You know, if you want to know what it's like to be a guy, be a woman as far as like our sex drive, you know, I think maybe a woman once you're in your 40s, I don't even know what the fuck point I'm trying to make there. I just know that like older women act like the same level of retarded that guys act like our entire fucking lives when they start to get older. I don't know what it is. I guess it's they finally don't give a shit and they can admit that they like cock or they like sex, you know, because before they have to be like, well, you know, it's just for procreation. Or I just like my boyfriend's cock. I don't have any other fucking fantasies, you know. Whereas guys, we just get to be pigs. We just get to be the goddamn pigs that we are. But you know what? You get to cry at movies and get that shit out. I got to hold it in, you know. I'll tell you, it was a rough one. Was that Harvey Milk movie? The amount of shit I had to think about so I wouldn't tear up during that movie, just so I wouldn't feel, you know. As a guy, you can't fucking cry, so I got to sit there and be like, you know, he's going through some shit. Oh, I know, everyone was getting all sad when, you know, when he gets whacked there, you know. So in order not to get emotional myself, I just thought, you know, what if someone just came over and just kicked him right in the balls? And then I just start laughing. You know, that's what it is. That's what comedy is. It's to stop from crying. All right, number 2. Oh, oh my God, some New Yorkers aren't going to like this one. This is another thing that she says is overrated, is underrated. Actually, a 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth after off of Mariano Rivera. Yeah, I could have fucking read that better. Yeah, the Red Sox swept the Yankees, man. That's fucking unbelievable. They'll be back. This shit always happens. One team always jumps out in front of the other team, right? And then we fucking own you guys. We fucking own you guys. And then they literally, almost like it's fixed. Now the Yankees will sweep us down there. And we'll play each other like 12 times or 13 times. And someone will win it fucking 7-6. It's a goddamn business, people, okay? There's no fucking Santa Claus. I don't buy it. And we stole home plate. You know, how the fuck does that happen? $200 million team. You know something? You realize the Red Sox, they're number 4 this year as far as money spent. Oh, yeah, a lot of you fuckers didn't know that, did you? Yankees spent $200 million. Then it's the Mets. Then I believe the Cubs. And then us. We're $122 million. Isn't that great? Now we can act like we're some little fucking starving little pansy fucking team. The Yankees, they're ruining baseball. Who gives a fuck? I'll tell you what's funny is the fuck did I just do there? I'm messing up my computer. All right, you know what? I'm really starting to feel like I'm losing the momentum of this 31 minutes, 31 hungover minutes, dude. I'm going to tell you right now, this is feeling like 4 hours. I feel like I'm doing a fucking telethon right now. Let's get to the questions for the week. I got one here. Am I the only one who thinks Terry Francona's glasses make him look like a cancer-stricken Mrs. Claus? He's the manager of the Red Sox. I did see him. Yeah, they're definitely. Yeah, he looks like he should be at the very least. Going out caroling or something, reading The Night Before Christmas. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I talked a lot about sports last week, and a couple people really got pissed. Just talking about how dumb they are. Some guy sent this huge fucking rant about saying how, being into a sports team is almost as dumb as patriotism. I know the point you're trying to make. You know what I mean? I get it. I know what you're saying. But, what the fuck, dude? I mean, I've done like almost 2 years of these things. Eventually, sports was going to come up. Do we always have to talk about what you want to talk about? This guy was really, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if people are going for douchebag of the week. I don't know what. Do I have anything else here? I don't think I have anything else. Oh, Bill, I need some advice. All right, here's another guy who obviously had some Jameson. Listen to this shit. This is his question. Hey, Bill, big fan, bombed right now. I didn't get that for a second. I thought like he said big fan and he meant like that line bomb. But evidently he means he's shit-faced or he's the worst speller anyway in the world. Here we go. It starts off. It says, anyways, I need some objective viewpoint. Me and this hot chick, I'm a big old ugly rugby player, recently started hanging out. He misspelt that. And we like, no E. He put the E at the beginning of each. We like each a lot. Jesus Christ, dude. Recently started hanging out. We like each other a lot. My problem, she used to date a black guy. I have black friends. My buddies will tear me apart. Thoughts, advice. Thanks. John. Well, John, my thoughts are you're pretty fucking shit-faced when you sent that email. That's my thoughts, because the rest of it makes no sense. She used to date a black guy, okay. You have black friends. Is that supposed to establish that you're not racist? My buddies will tear me apart. Like what? They're going to, in a good-natured way, rib you that your dick isn't going to be as big? I don't know what you're trying to say here. Tell you what, why don't you fucking, don't email me now, because I know you're feeling the way I'm feeling. But, sober up. Try to clean that up, I think maybe you got something there. Send me a second draft. I don't know what the fuck that means. She used to date a black guy. How the fuck would they know? You have black friends. My buddy will tell you, were your black friends? Do they know this guy? Did she used to date one of your friends who's black? That's just a weird statement. I have black friends. Do you have black friends? Sure, we all do. Like you're trying to loan yourself some sort of credibility. The fuck does that mean anyways, How many friends do I have? Joe DeRosa, he's half Egyptian. So that takes care of the... does that take care of Arabs? Or Egyptians considered Arab? I don't know what the fuck Arabs are. I don't even know. I don't fucking know. I can't, I don't know. Is being... And this is one question I've always... Is being Jewish, is that I know it's a religion... Is it a race? It's not a race, right? I remember a long time ago, I was in high school, and one of my friends was Jewish, right? And I said to him, I said, what are you, Italian? He goes, no, I'm Jewish. And I could tell I offended him, so I didn't do a follow-up question. But in my head, I'm going, okay, Italian is a race. I thought Jewish was a religion. I know Jewish is a religion. Did that make any fucking sense? I don't fucking know. Let's read a revenge story. Let's read a revenge story. And let's fucking wrap up this podcast. This is going to be a shorter one. This is the hungover version. Oh, here's something else I came up with. I'm actually contributing. Underrated. You know what's underrated? Free internet in the hotels. God damn it, I like that. I wrote all that other shit in anger, so let's not read that. All right, here's a big, long revenge story to end the podcast this week. And let me know what you guys think about this sound. I know I've kind of been turning my head a little bit, and I got this mic like stationary. Is that affecting the sound? Because God knows I'm not going to go back and listen to all this shit. I usually listen to them, but not this week, man. Not this week. It's been a rough fucking week. I don't know what to tell you. You know, this is one of these times where it's great I don't have a kid. You know, because I would have no patience for him. You know, this is a new bit I've been working on in my act, talking about how much I like kids when they're. I like kids the same way like I like dogs. I like them when they're puppies, and they're full of life. You know, once they get a little bit older and stubborn, they think they know shit. It's fucking they're annoying. You know, I like kids like. You know what fucking cracks me up? I saw this kid the other day. This kid was like 2 years old, right? You know what's funny about toddlers, right? How they did. I talked about this already. How they got their little fucking. They already have a beer belly, and they never even drank. They look like these little fucking truckers. It always just fucking makes me. Toddlers fucking beer bellies just fucking make me laugh every time I see them. You know, it's because they're not self-conscious about their bodies. They don't give a fuck, so they just got it hanging out there like some fucking drunken slob at a barbecue. You know? It's just funny to me. They look like they've already they fucked up in life. You know? Like they're gambling. They're eating the wrong food. I don't know. Why do they have those fat bellies? Jesus Christ, you're eating mush and milk. You're the first... I don't know. Why don't I just admit I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about sometimes? I am literally sweating right now because of a lamp. That's how fucking hungover I am. Okay, here we go. You know something else I hate? This is something I've been doing. I've been trying to eat, one just veggie meal a day, so then I can make up for the fucking oxen that I'm going to eat later on that night, or evidently the fucking steak and shake that I'm going to eat. And you know what I can't stand about those fucking veggie meals? I ordered this veggie meal, right? I ordered some sort of fucking horrific veggie wrap, which really sucked because they grilled the vegetables. You know what? Like when you go beyond where they start becoming mushy. It's just I can't even say what it sounds like, what it tasted like, because it's gonna make me fucking gag here. But it's just I'm gonna do it. You know what? If you're squeamish, cover your fucking ears right now. You know what it tastes like when they over steam vegetables, or they fucking over grill? I don't know what. It gets all squishy and mushy. It tastes like it's pre-chewed. Just pausing right now, waiting for the groans. People throwing their headphones off. All you people on ellipticals, huh? Did you just groan? Did the fat hairy fuck next to you start looking at you? Wondering what you're listening to? This is what I hate. You order a veggie wrap. All right, they go one veggie wrap. I ordered some soup, like an old fucking Jewish man in Manhattan, right? And then what happens? They bring it to me, and they got French fries on the side. It's like, can't you see I'm trying? I'm trying to get in shape. I understand. It's a French fry. It's a potato. It's a vegetable. I get it. But what the fuck? It's like when you go to the Cheesecake Factory, you order salad, and then they go, would you like dessert? It's like, do you not get the fucking theme here, lady? Do you not see what I'm trying to do? Do you see my bloated, alcohol-infused face? Do you understand what I'm trying to do here? Actually, it's not even fair, because I actually talked to one of those cheesecake. I think I was making fun of the Cheesecake Factory in my act. And there was a waitress in the crowd. As always, I always end up shitting on something, and then someone from the crowd is like, hey, I do that. What the fuck? So it was this Cheesecake Factory waitress, and she came up to me, and she said, she goes, actually, they make us do that. We have to do that. If we don't do it, we get fired. Really? Is that what it's come down to? That's where the decisions in your life led you? That you have a job that if you don't ask people for cake, which is usually a nice fucking thing to do, if you don't do it, you get fired. They have a gun to your fucking head to basically have your job to try to make people become diabetics. Is that what's going on? Huh? Is that what happened in your life because you sucked at something in school? I don't fucking know. All right. Let's get on with the revenge story. I am fucking... Oh, I know why. I shut off the air conditioner. Does anybody else just hate air conditioning? I don't mind air conditioning when it's 9,000 degrees out, but when it's fucking it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like 65 degrees out, 70, 72, and they got the air conditioning on. It's like, are you trying to give me pneumonia? Huh? Is that what the fuck you're trying to do? Jesus Christ, am I in a mood? Hey, what do you guys think about that swine flu? This might be a little controversial, but I'm kind of all for it. I think this is another time where we're getting in the way of nature running its course. Nature is trying to kill off us. Not all of us, but some of us. So that, there's no traffic. You know what I mean? It's like the forest fire. It's a rebirth. You burn it down, some animals die, some trees die, you get rid of all the brush. It's like a spring cleaning. That's all a plague is. It's just that you don't want any loved ones to die. Plagues, I'll tell you, man, plagues are really, they're fascinating. Like they're putting out all these stats. You know what? Fuck this revenge story. Let me go on the internet here. Let me restart Firefox now. What is your fucking problem? I never stopped it. I'm in the middle of a podcast. God damn these fucking computers. Why do they do this shit to me? Come on. Let's go. Anyways, yeah, they were giving up all these statistics on plagues and that type of stuff. Evidently, did you know like 675,000 people died in the United States in 1918 because of like an influenza, whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but everybody got it, and a whole bunch of people died. And you know what's fucked up about that? Was thank God they did. Because if they didn't, they all would have fucked. And they would have made more fucking people. We might have been where we're at right now. We might have been there, 15 years earlier. I love I just throw numbers out. I'm acting like I'm a fucking scientist here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hang on a second. Let's look up plagues. It's going to get me on some sort of FBI list. All I need to do now is Google fucking anthrax, and there'll be a knock at my door. And I really will be confessing at this fucking table here. Great plagues in history. Okay. That should be a great game show. That'd be a fucking great game show, okay? You start Googling shit, and whoever gets the FBI to come to your place first wins. And you can't do, easy shit. Like obviously any sort of creepy pedophile stuff, because that's just fucking horrific, and it's never funny, is it? Even though I joke about it on stage sometimes. All right. List of historical plagues. Let's go to Wikipedia. God knows they're always number one. All right. In human history, the term plague refers to an epidemic disease causing a high rate of mortality. A pestilence. An epidemic dash. Shut the fuck up. I want stats. Okay, what I got to go to MLB? Got to go to CBSSports.com. Is that where I got to go? Ongoing danger. Great plagues of Athens. Let's get to some recent ones here. What do we got here? Great plague of Iceland. See what I'm saying? Everybody had a plague. And it thinned the herd. Great plague of Portugal. Great plague of Russia. Great plague of Ireland. Scotland. London plague. Just attacked a fucking city for 2 years. 1592 to 1594. The Italian plague. Everybody's fucking had one. When was the last time we had a plague? You just you just can nip it in the butt with the media. They get it out there before it gets a chance to help with the traffic. So I'm in New York City right now, and they have a number of cases out in Queens, and they're telling people how. Oh, what's funny is how they tell people to use common sense. If you feel like you're getting the flu, go to the hospital, right? So they say, if you sneeze or if you cough, just cover your mouth, right? So a half hour later, I'm walking down the street, walking down whatever fucking avenue here in New York, and I see this kid on a bicycle, and he proceeds to sneeze, and he just turns his head, and it looked like a fucking spit take, and I just bursted out laughing. Rather than being, I'm like the exact opposite of I was going to say a hemophiliac. That's not what I'm trying to say. What are those fucking people that are always nervous that they got something? A hysterectomy? What is it? I know it begins with an H. This always happens to me. It's what happens to my fucking brain. Is I knew the word, and then my brain panics, and all I'm left with is a letter. Fucking hemophiliac. I can't get that word out of my head. You know what? I got to talk about something else. Let's talk about the Jonas Brothers comedy show, huh? I think I speak for the group when I say it's about time. You know? Because their music is fucking hilarious. And I just, the fucking cunts. It's fucking business. You know what I mean? Really? Is that what I should? That's that what I should have done? I should have gotten this business with fucking three of my other brothers. I'll play the drums. You get a ukulele, and then you do this, and then you'll get your own fucking sketch show. Sons of bitches. Oh yeah, I am bitter. I'm bitter about the fucking Jonas Brothers. I want some goddamn stats here on dead people. All right? I don't feel good, so I want to read about dead people. The Black Death. Here we go. The Black Death was one of the deadliest pandemics. The fuck is a pandemic? There's an epidemic and a pandemic. A pandemic is an epidemic of infectious disease that spreads through populations across a large region. For instance, a continent, or even worldwide. Thank you, Wikipedia. So what the fuck is an epidemic? This is what happens. And you just start fucking searching everything, and then you forget what the hell. An epidemic occurs when new cases of a certain disease occur in a given human population during a given period. Isn't that the same fucking thing? Is that not the same fucking thing? Or close enough? All right. You guys want to hear about the Black Death, huh? When you're sitting there in your cubicle at work? Well, goddamn it, I'm going to read you some shit. God knows you could do this yourself. It's right there on Wikipedia. The Black Death was, according to chronicles, characterized by buboes, a swelling in the lymph nodes. I don't even know where the lymph nodes are. I think are they in your neck? A hypochondriac. Bam, I got it. All right. See, that's what I got to do. Just start talking about other shit. Then out of nowhere, I yell out the word. And now I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, I know. I'm the exact opposite of a hypochondriac where... No, that doesn't make sense. Hypochondriac is nervous. I eat apples. Scientists and historians at the beginning of the 20th century assumed that the Black Death was an outbreak of the same disease caused by the bacterium who gives a fuck and spread by fleas with the help of animals like the black rat. However, this view has recently been... Give me some stats, for Christ's sake. How many fucking people died? What? Wait a minute. The origins of the plague. The total number of deaths worldwide is estimated at 75 million people. Approximately 25 to 50 million of which occurred in Europe. The Black Death is estimated to have killed 30% to 60% of Europe's population. Just think about that, people. 6 out of 10 automobiles that you'll see in front of you tonight as you try and drive home would not fucking be there. And we already built the highways to hold, a ton of fucking cars. You know what I'm saying. It's America, man. You want to fucking drive. Put the top down. They're not making Pontiacs anymore. How fucking sad is that? Let's think about some great Pontiacs. That's where we're going to close out. After we talked about the epidemic, we talked about death. Let's talk about how sad it is that there's no more Pontiacs anymore. There's just no more. The Pontiac Trans Am. Huh? Kind of drops off after that, but the Sunbird. The T1000. You guys remember the Pontiac T1000? That's when you were really fucked up. When you bought a bootleg Chevette, that's when you really were saying that you were an extra level of white trash. Okay? You ate macaroni and cheese 5 times a fucking week. I can't even remember what the fuck I've even said today. Was I riffing about sharing a tray of macaroni and cheese with another man looking into his eyes? Was that this podcast? Was that another podcast? Was that at some point a show last night? I don't know what, but this has been the Monday Morning Podcast for April fucking 20-something. I don't know what it is. I don't know. We're into garbage time. They still have their official site is still up. What Pontiacs do they have? The Bonneville? You know what? They were a one-trick pony. Anybody drive a Pontiac? I don't know, but let's talk about that next week. Okay, this is the Monday Morning Podcast. I'm going to be at Caroline's this week, and then I'm taking a break here for May and June. Going to recharge my fucking batteries, and I'm coming out swinging in July. I start at the Comedy Works in Denver, and then I go to Eddie's Fist Fuck in fucking Yuma. I'm just going to make up shit now, and then I'm going to be at Wallpaper Freddy's at the Limelight. It's a beautiful theater where Cirque du Soleil performed. Just reading the awful brochures here. What is Cirque du Soleil? I'm really impressed with the strength that those guys have. Not so much on the costumes. All right, you guys, that's the podcast for this week. I hope you guys all have a tremendous week. And I apologize if I was a little bit grumpy this week, but, I'm sorry. All right, that's on me. I'm sorry.
Thank you.